The tension between Yaman and Demet Özdemir, a jealousy crisis explodes in a luxury restaurant. Have you ever wondered what happens when two people with a tangled past come face to face in an unexpected setting? What if one of them is trying to move on, while the other is holding on to memories that seem impossible to shake? And what if the stage for this emotional encounter is none other than one of the most luxurious restaurants in Istanbul? Well, that's exactly what happened when Yaman and Demet Özdemir found themselves at the same place at the same time, and what transpired next was nothing short of explosive. In the heart of Istanbul, amidst the elegant ambience of the upscale restaurant Chef's Delight, the scene was set for an evening of romance and laughter. Yaman, known for his charming demeanor and sizzling on-screen chemistry, had been keeping a relatively low profile after his highly publicized breakup with Demet Özdemir. However, recently, rumors began swirling that he was once again involved in a new relationship. Though he chose not to speak openly about his love life, the whispers in the entertainment world were impossible to ignore. A romantic dinner, Yaman and his new love. It was a quiet night in the city, and Yaman was at a table with his new girlfriend, enjoying a dinner that was anything but ordinary. The two were laughing, sharing jokes, and basking in the glow of their newfound affection. The couple seemed at ease, their chemistry undeniable, as they clinked glasses and exchanged tender glances. The atmosphere was electric, their laughter filling the room and drawing attention from everyone around them. They were seated at one of the best tables in Chef's Delight, a restaurant renowned for its exquisite food and elite clientele. But little did they know that the tranquility of their evening was about to be shattered in the most dramatic of ways. All it took was one entrance, one unexpected arrival, and the night took a sharp turn. The arrival of Demet Özdemir, a shock to the system. As the evening unfolded, and Yaman and his companion were enjoying their time, a familiar figure stepped through the doors of the restaurant. It was none other than Demet Özdemir, Yaman's ex-girlfriend. Her presence immediately shifted the energy in the room. Dressed in an elegant dress that perfectly complemented the chic setting, Demet walked in with an air of confidence. But as soon as her eyes locked with Yaman's, something changed. The warm smile she had upon entering quickly faded, replaced by a look of undeniable discomfort. Her gaze shifted toward Yaman's new girlfriend, and the jealousy began to simmer beneath the surface. The sight of Yaman, so openly affectionate with another woman, struck a nerve in Özdemir. She had barely crossed the threshold when her expression shifted. Her face turned cold, and a wave of emotion seemed to overtake her. For a moment, Yaman appeared to sense the tension in the air. His eyes widened slightly, a brief flicker of recognition passing over him, though he quickly masked it with an attempt at nonchalance. The jealousy crisis. Demet Özdemir can't hold back. As the evening progressed, Özdemir couldn't contain her feelings any longer. The sight of Yaman, laughing and enjoying himself so intimately with someone else, was more than she could bear. Her patience snapped. In a sudden burst of emotion, Özdemir stood up and began making her way toward Yaman and his new love. The calm atmosphere was shattered by the sound of a dish crashing to the floor as it slipped from the table. It was at that moment that Özdemir's composure completely broke. Her eyes flashed with anger, and her voice shook as she approached Yaman and his girlfriend. "How could you move on so quickly, she demanded, her words cutting through the air like a knife. Was everything we had just so easily forgotten? Yaman's new girlfriend, caught off guard by the sudden confrontation, looked bewildered as Özdemir launched into a tirade. Yaman, too, was visibly taken aback, but he quickly stepped in, trying to defuse the situation before it escalated any further. The altercation. Tensions escalate. As Özdemir's anger grew, so did the intensity of the confrontation. "You've got to be kidding me," she exclaimed, her voice dripping with resentment. Yaman's girlfriend, confused and startled, tried to defend herself, but Yaman intervened, his tone sharp. "Demet, calm down. "This isn't the way to handle things," he shouted, clearly frustrated. But Özdemir wasn't listening. Her anger was blinding, and she lashed out with venomous words, directing her fury at Yaman's new girlfriend. The tension in the restaurant was palpable, and the once light-hearted dinner had now descended into chaos. Yaman attempted to pull his ex-girlfriend aside, trying to calm her down, but the damage was already done. His heart raced as he tried to mediate between the two women, who were now caught in a fiery exchange. The entire room had fallen silent, watching the unfolding drama with bated breath. The final confrontation, a chaotic exit. As security began to take notice and moved toward the escalating situation, the atmosphere grew even more charged. Özdemir's voice grew louder, her frustration evident in every word. Realizing that things were spiraling out of control, Yaman stood up abruptly, determined to end the confrontation once and for all. "We're leaving," he said firmly, addressing his girlfriend and signaling that it was time to go. Turning toward Demet Özdemir, Yaman's voice was firm and resolute. "This ends here, Demet. Tonight is over," he declared, his patience clearly wearing thin. Özdemir, not ready to let go, shot back. "We need to talk, Can. We need to finish this." But Yaman was resolute. "No, we don't," he replied, his tone final, before quickly guiding his girlfriend out of the restaurant. They made their way toward the exit, leaving Özdemir standing there, her emotions still raw and unresolved. Yaman and his girlfriend depart, a bitter aftertaste. As Yaman and his girlfriend made their way to the taxi, a moment of silence hung between them. His girlfriend, still processing the chaos that had just erupted, spoke quietly. "Can, that was insane. What just happened?" Yaman, ever the protector, tried to calm her down. "I'm sorry you had to see that," he said gently. "But I won't let anyone disrespect you. I'm here to protect you, always." Meanwhile, as the couple left, Özdemir stood still, watching them from a distance. Her eyes followed their every move as they climbed into the taxi and drove away. Her heart felt heavy with a mix of old wounds and fresh jealousy, and for the first time that night, she allowed herself a moment of reflection. The aftermath. What's next for Yaman and Demet Özdemir? This dramatic showdown between Yaman and Demet Özdemir is sure to be a hot topic in the gossip world for weeks to come. The lingering tension between the two, fueled by unresolved emotions from their past relationship, is impossible to ignore. How will Yaman address this incident? Will Demet Özdemir share her side of the story? And most importantly, will the rivalry between them escalate further, or will they eventually find a way to move on? For now, all eyes are on these two stars, whose personal lives continue to captivate fans and media alike. One thing is for certain: the drama is far from over. Stay tuned to magazine news and gossip for more updates on this unfolding saga, as the world watches to see what happens next in the relationship between Yaman and Demet Özdemir.